Yeah, Kelly and Bob, Daniel Lewis drives out by the Salt Flats about once a week. He never expected he would be pulling someone out of the car going up in flames. Caught on camera, these police officers responded to a 911 call of a man in a car accident in his car that had burst into flames.
You're welcome, man.
The man standing there, Daniel Lewis, is the one who made the call and the one who pulled the driver out before police arrived.
I remember putting his arm around my shoulder and start to help him get away from the car. He was kind of walking, kind of dragging his feet.
Walking 60 to 70 feet, the driver then told Lewis his girlfriend was still inside the car.
The adrenaline was running pretty heavy, and I just ran in there without thinking, to be honest.
If she was in that car, she would not be here with us today because the flames were so intense, the heat was so intense.
Officer Nicholas Francis with Wendover police arrived to find Lewis and the driver trying to catch their breath. The driver had been out with his friends racing on the wrong part of the Salt Flats.
When he hit, he literally flipped over the berm.
Lewis was driving westbound to Elko, Nevada when he watched the driver crash.
I never saw brake lights or anything. I watched him hit that berm, and the car went flying in the air, and at that point I started to pull over.
After he called 911, Lewis pulled out his fire extinguisher and sprayed down the car until his extinguisher was out. Then he waited for police to arrive.
That night I started thinking about, all the different scenarios that could have happened if the car would have blown up or anything like that when I was next to it. Or
no lives were lost because complete strangers, whether in uniform or not, ran to the rescue.
I always told myself if I ran across a situation like that, I always thought I would help, but you're never 100% sure.
From Wendover Police Department, we do want to thank him for his act of courage to go out to that burning vehicle.
Now, Officer Francis says they found the driver's girlfriend in one of the other cars. She was safe. He also says if you're driving out on the Salt Flats, to remember not to drive on the sandy section. That's where this driver was driving. Live in studio, Aaron Cox, Fox 13 News, Utah.